You're listening to the PAC Podcast. Be sure to give us a like and follow, and hope you enjoy the episode. We the PAC, this our part, I bet you like that. We them boys putting rugby back on the map. All the scrams gotta go, Rucker rivals let them know. Thank you, Tony, and good afternoon, ladies and Tonys. You're listening to the PAC Podcast, powered by the PAC Athletic Club. If this is the first time joining us, we are a touring rugby club and reformed MEMEdia platform for the players. We're simply here to make rugby great again, one meme at a time. This episode is proudly brought to you by Cheeky Biltong. Later on, we've got a interview. We've got Folau Fainga'a calling in later in the pod. So if you want to skip all our waffle, make sure you get into the timestamp. We have timestamped this episode, so feel free to do that. But please give us a chance. Give us a chance. My name is Shone, and joining me is the king, self-proclaimed king of Renwick, Dave Vea, and the king of Zilmia, Tiro Masese, investment advisor.
Masese. It's not self-proclaimed. You started it, so it's stuck. So
okay, mate.
I never said it.
Well,
but I'll take it.
On the defense straight away, mate. Dave, if you want to start us off, let's go with a positive before get to your negative. So, thank you, Tony. What are you grateful for the last week?
What I'm grateful last week. I'm grateful. I had my first session back on the good stuff. Mother's milk on the weekend. And I went out on Friday and I came back on Sunday. So I'm very grateful that I came back home in one piece. So I would have seen. I'm back to my old messages on the group chat, just random photos, no context, random message, no context, but I did survive it. So my thank you, Tony, is thank you, Tony, to myself for being able to get back on it and back alive.
Yeah.
Actually, no. That is my thank you, Tony. But my other more important thank you, Tony, was I forgot this a little while ago. A shout out to Josh Kay from Rugby Australia. Saw him a couple of weeks ago to some help with PAC, some nice counsel on what to do. Big year ahead with rugby. Gave us a few good pointers. So that is my thank you, Tony, to Josh Kay from Rugby Australia for making time and giving us some good little tips here and there. So watch out, everyone. Sony won't be fighting the RA pigeon anymore. We'll all be singing from the same hymn sheet, rather. And it started with now Sony being good friends with his Reds counterparts already. So that is my thank you, Tony, for this week.
Yeah,
me back on the source and Josh Kay, mate.
Yeah, thank you, Josh Kay. And no more fighting with the pigeon, because now we are the pigeon. Thank you, Rugby Australia.
I just want to ask, Dave, what happened to the moon boot? Did you take it with you, or did it stay, or is it?
No. Yeah. So the moon boot has come off. I did go back to training last week. We are so far clear of gout. It hasn't been diagnosed with gout, so when training tonight, it's still pretty good. But the moon boot's still here. I haven't given it back, just in case. But yeah, just keep going to the physio. You'll never be diagnosed by gout by a physio. Just don't go to the doctor and get a blood test.
Yeah, thanks for those tips.
Fair enough.
And congrats on breaking your sobriety. And Tino, what are you grateful for this week, mate?
Grateful this week. So here's breaking news that's not breaking news, but I've recently quit my other job to start another job, and I've told them that I just need an extra week off, but I've actually started my new job. I'm grateful that I could bring my son out to work and to see what I do for work. And
congrats,
little Tony came up and I saw the tractors and saw the loader and saw the rig that I work on. It's good. It's good to finally get to see what I actually do.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you actually gone full-time financial advisor as a new job?
He thinks every time I put a hard hat on, he thinks I'm a fireman with my orange high vis. I was like, Daddy, you're a fireman. And I said, yeah, fireman. Wait till you see my calendar.
Mate, that's great. And my one is to Dave's former best friend, Folau Fainga'a, giving up his time on his busy schedule. We know that he's his current best friend in Australia doesn't want to jump on the pod. It's turning into a bit of a kiss chasey, trying to get Nella on the pod, but grateful for Folau on the one go, mate. Just in and ready to go. And, make sure you stay tuned. We will be calling into Folau, see what he's up to, and see if we can talk him into maybe switching allegiances to Tonga once his 3-year stand-down period is up. So, yeah, let's see what he says later in the pod. So, yeah, now the juicy stuff. Now we turn our positive into negative scrams of the week. Dave, who's been your scrambles other than your attendance at training?
Yeah, you called me out. I said my scrams is me tonight. Sonny said, let's record the pod at 9 p.m. your time. And I said, perfect. I've got training and I'll be back. I'll be back for them. I actually didn't have training.
I knew it.
I saw your thing online and you replied. I'm like, you should be training right now. You failed the test by replying when you should have been training, mate.
So my scrams was... but to be fair, though, Sione did ask, you got training on Monday, and I just went along with it. Yeah, got training on Monday. So, 9 p.m. works. 9 p.m. works. And I failed the test because he called me out straight away. And, yes, there was no training tonight.
Thanks.
But I'll be there, Jimbo. I'll be there tomorrow, mate.
No, it's good. We just made Tino stay up since he normally goes to sleep for work. But, thanks for staying up, Tino.
But I actually did my laundry late.
For yours, Tino, is your scrams?
Look, I think there's a few scrams going on at the moment, but one in particular is, I know Sione used to be enemy number one of the RA, but now there's another Tongan who's taken the... there's some big news, and, to see that and to see what, those guys are doing. I'm not going to name any names, but to see what they're doing, holding off another Will Skelton or another prodigy going overseas to work on his craft. I see both sides. Yeah. But if you don't have a contract and you didn't negotiate, just like my investment, like if you nothing on the paper, then why are you blocking this? Why are you blocking this opportunity? And he's the first kind that I've ever seen that's gone over there. Still in school, young 16-year-old. It's pretty phenomenal that he gets to go over there. I think he's kind of following the Barcelo kind of footsteps, where grassroots, and as soon as he hits that age, man, he's going to play some minutes for the. I'm not going to say who, but
there's a few countries that he qualifies for too.
He does.
Yeah, just a bit of context for the listeners. There's a young 16-year-old here. He doesn't look 16. He is very tall, very big. He was in the under 16 system here, but he wasn't under contract. Didn't have any academy contracts offered to him. And he ended up getting an offer from overseas in France. And he left last month, but he's waiting for his release, international release, which allegedly is being blocked or allegedly left in the junk mail or sent to the junk mail email box. So bit of drama going on, but we'll see how it plans out. And Matt, it's sad to see. Like we have been saying that they need to do something to stop other countries from trying to get our talent, but end of the day, he didn't have anything in stone here. He's looking at his other teammates that are locked in for academy, locked in for other Super Rugby clubs, and he didn't have anything. So, and he got offered from over in France, a big club, one of the big clubs over there. And he's over there now, and mate, his uncle's already there over in France, playing there for a few years now. So he's got his support system already there, and Uncle Tony's going to be in Amsterdam soon. So mate, we're going to make sure that he's packed pathways. But yeah, man, he is a big loss. He will be. Tino even mentioned it would be one of those Tuilangi sort of things. He's probably same size or probably even bigger, so it's going to be one of those sort of things. But he does qualify for Tonga as well, so and then he also qualifies for Scotland, so I'm sure Scotland will be onto him as well, which big things coming in rugby. So good scrams, Tino, and the good news release there, breaking news.
But they did break earlier. Like there is a doorway maybe we can shine the light with our new contact that we've networked with over at Rugby Australia. Maybe it's at the back of the pigeonhole. Maybe his friend can shine the torch at the back of that pigeonhole, and maybe just bring it to the top and let's sort this out.
Yeah.
This is getting ridiculous. There's going to be some angry fans out there. Like it's not something we need for Rugby Australia.
Yeah.
We'll make a few phone calls, mate.
Yeah. Make a few phone calls.
But it's going to be resolution, and rugby is still great here in Australia. So everybody calm down.
Yes,
everybody calm down. My SCRAMS. We're here trying to make rugby great, which is it's already great now. Super Rugby product, so good. But there's someone over in America trying to make America great, and he had a bit of President Trump had a visitor from a country that's getting invaded, currently being invaded for over a year now, and Trump and his bad boys. I've never seen anything like it. I thought it was like AI when I first saw it. But it was real life. For context, if you haven't seen it, Donald Trump and his gang is a bit like back in school or primary school when they're just making fun of one kid, which was the Ukraine president. And mate, it's did its rounds on social media. And Donald Trump is a SCRAMS. I've been a fan of him lately, just not like all his policies, but just how funny he was. But this one was still funny, but man, can't believe it's real.
Yeah,
can't believe what's going on.
It is fun. What I was laughing at was the Ukrainian president. I was just like, it's like, oh really? Oh, just always said to me at the back. Yeah. Oh really? Oh, you want to stab my back?
It's like it felt like Trump and his boys they wanted to help just to look good. They want to help Ukraine, obviously, because that's the right thing to do. But at the same time, the person attacking them is his best friend, Putin. Yeah. So he wanted I'm helping you, but I don't mean it. So bit of a scramble, but hopefully everything sorts out for Ukraine over there. Man, we've gone a bit political all of a sudden. Sorry for that, mate. And now, as we've been saying the last few podcasts, we're off to Hong Kong for revenge. We were 2 points short last time. We missed the conversion on full time, or the penalty kick on full time, to win the entire thing last year. We're coming back thanks to our mates at APW Group, the experts in expat investing. Boys, what have we been up to? I just want to catch up on what's going on in PAC. Tino already updated us on his on his job and his son coming to visit. But Dave, your kids found you yet, or what's going on over there? What have you been up to?
What do you mean, mate? Then nothing. Unregistered. Unregistered, mate.
How's it going in Sydney, mate? Have you guys got the hurricane warning as well, or?
Oh, I did see that email come through this morning that one of my projects in Brisbane, down in Darra, is in the cyclone zone. So I haven't really seen much of it, but hopefully it doesn't go underwater before I get there next week.
Yeah, well, yeah, hopefully. I'm leaving to Sydney tomorrow, so hopefully I can come back later in the week. So hopefully the hurricane doesn't come along. So we've gone from political to weather warning, but nothing interesting going on in Sydney, nothing interesting going here. But everyone, if you're listening and you're in Brisbane or Sunny Coast, Gold Coast, hopefully you're staying safe. I already know that you're taking all the water, all the bread and all the toilet paper at the shops. So
that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy to see.
Oh, man, it felt like COVID again. Everyone's gone crazy and must be nice to be able to afford to stock up on stuff. But anything else going on? Updated with Hong Kong, we will be, instead of doing our little mini doco a week or a few weeks after the tournament, we're going to be doing daily drops, similar to the embedded UFC embedded World Sevens, the World Rugby Sevens embedded that they do. So we'll be dropping episodes on the YouTube, on the Pick Up Fleet Club YouTube during the tournament week. So make sure you tune into that. Anything else aside? Another sponsor has jumped on board.
Sorry to the sponsor. How did we get in a coach on?
Yeah, he's still it's still pending. It must be in his pigeonhole, but hopefully we'll get him on next week to talk about his squad. His
player selection.
He is sending his full squad now that our budget has closed and we know the budget and how many overseas players we can afford. So we'll get him on next week. We'll make sure that he's on. But yeah, before I got really interrupted, DG Building Concepts. They were our sponsor over at the Nines. They've come back on board to support the PAC Barbars boys adventure over to Hong Kong. So thank you to the crew there, and
grateful.
Sure you tune in to the Hong Kong 10s, or even head over if you haven't got anything on the last week of March. Be over to Hong Kong to support the boys. All right. Now,
still waiting on. Yeah. Oh, we don't know yet if you're coming in.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I've got my passport and everything ready just in case.
Speaking of, help the media team get over. Help the media team get over. We've restocked the haps and dropped this new walnut little naughty drop here. So we've got that, and the golf hats are restocked, and also the black PAC surf caps. So jump on pigathleticlub.com and help Tino get to Hong Kong. All right, now we're going to call in.
I'll just stay here then.
Oh yeah, and Dave help Dave get to Dara. All right, we've got another call in from a player, currently play over in France, former Wallaby, and hopefully future Ikaletahi, Folau Fainga'a, and that's brought to you by Skyscanner. Next time you're looking to book your flights or accommodation or car rental, hit the link in the description or the link in our Instagram bio and follow the Skyscanner link to get the best competitive prices. Don't show off just because you're best friends here, eh? Sexekia, eh?
He's got a new friend.
Oh yeah, I see he's at his house now. All right.
Wait, I'll call him. Okay, go.
All right. Bonjour et tout, and welcome back to the PAC Podcast. Our next guest on the pod needs no introduction, but we'll give him a short one. 28 appearances for the Wallabies, 70-odd games in Super Rugby for the Brumbies and Western Force, now applying his trade at Clermont in the French top 14. He's better known to our listeners as Dave's former best friend. Please welcome Folau Fainga'a. Oh, mate.
Welcome, mate. Bonjour.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping on. I know Dave's new best friend's been swerving the pod as long as Dave's been promising. But how are you, mate? How are you? How's life over in France?
Yeah, it's good, mate. It's good. Any chance to get away from Dave is always good thing. It's good, mate. A bit of croissant.
Don't lie. Tell them you miss me, mate.
Can I talk?
Oh yeah, sure. Sorry.
It's good. Footy's good. Life's good, and yeah.
All right, now nothing too serious here. Just want to go through your sort of transition over to France. How did you get over there? What was the point in going over there and leaving Aussie rugby?
This is something different. Kind of thought that it was maybe on my way out in terms of international rugby. Still quite young, maybe I'd say. Like to leave the national stage, but I thought my time in Australia was probably up. And there was a bit of uncertainty before the new coaches and stuff coming in and out. I thought, why not? Set up my family as well and kind of see what it's like in the top 14.
Yeah, and go back to that sort of period, because I noticed before you left, you were probably in the best shape you've ever been before you went over to Clermont. It was World Cup time. Uncle Eddie just got the job. You had been the incumbent number one hooker in the Wallaby system for a few years. You had a few injuries, but you went over to the Force. You were still playing good rugby. What was that period like? Did you get, like, you didn't eventually get to France in the World Cup, but what was that period like? Did you hear much from Eddie?
Yeah. Obviously, he was just talking about everyone's just got to be fit to go to World Cup, and kind of applied my trade and just like working behind the scenes. I wasn't doing much with them. I was just keeping in contact with them. And I was playing back at City Uni at the time.
Yeah.
Just to keep the legs rolling in case anything happened in between the Rugby Championship, and if they needed me, was just to be ready. I guess got pretty leaned up and started doing a bit of boxing down in Bondi with Mala Boxing. I was ready to punch Dave's head in because he was real close to me as well. But it was pretty good, and obviously, didn't get the opportunity to get on a plane with them to France, but I was there to help them prepare, and then kind of got my own plane over with the Aussie A boys.
Yeah.
And we had a blast. We had a blast with the Aussie A group. It was some of the last time a few of us who had played together in the Wallabies for a long period of time together. And we all kind of ventured our own ways after.
Yeah.
Now that you're saying that, obviously you left Australia not knowing where you sat in terms of the national setup. What are your thoughts now? Is there still any ambitions or thoughts of that opportunity arose, or that opportunity to play for the Wallabies again? Would you consider coming back home or making yourself available to play Wallabies again?
Yeah, definitely. It's always got the fire in the belly. You always want to don that green and gold jersey and help keep Australia rugby going. They're in a pretty good spot, to be honest. Looking at the last spring tour they had is pretty good.
Yeah.
If the opportunity came again and they asked me if I was available, I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't say yes.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty exciting year coming up in terms of the Lions series, and it's pretty good to see how that pans out. Obviously our season ends the time that starts, and see what happens.
That's good. Well, at least we know that you're still pretty keen to play for the Wallabies. We don't make any selections here, but hopefully, I know they definitely listen to our pod.
Go back to fire in the belly. Is there any fire left for Ikaretahi? Is there any fire?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because I think I'm eligible for the Ikaretahi at the end of the year, because my stand-down period, I think, is 3 years, isn't it?
3 years, yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, kind of got 2 picks. And if I do want to go play for Ikaretahi, it'll be something I'd want to do to represent my family, but knowing that I could still give my all, and I'm not just going there just at the end of my career. I'm only just turning 30 this year, but I still feel like my body can still give.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty good. Cup. God.
And you're over in France. I know being over in Europe, the food's pretty elo, especially the KFC. What are you missing? What are you missing most about being home?
Oh, mate, everything. The food, family, probably mum screaming at my ear, on Sunday morning, get up and get ready for church. No, but hey, you say the KFC, man. Oh,
yeah.
I'm not sure if they feed the chicken here.
It's horrible.
The chicken in France got anemia.
Or they use a special tub of oil to, fry the chicken, but it ain't it.
Yeah. What's it called? What I was going to say, we don't find it hard to realise, but you played a lot of rugby, professionally, club rugby. The Australian scene inside out, from juniors through to the professional pathway. Compared to France, in terms of rugby training and all that, any major differences or anything you see the French doing different and something we do different here?
They just get it, the French, don't they? And pre-season's only like 3 weeks, I think. They're just straight into it. It's a long season, so you get fitter as the season goes.
Yeah.
But in terms of you talk about fit, mobile props, props that can move around and skill and stuff. Mate, here in France, one job: scrum, walk, scrum.
See, Dave, I told you, you're in the wrong country, mate.
Oh, mate, and it's funny because like it used to be in the system where you go into a team, professional team, and like you go to meals and stuff, and like your plates and that you look at like some of the the props that eat and stuff, and like for breakfast and like some of the boys just like straight baguette, ham, egg and cheese, and just like scoff it down. And in my head, I'm just like, man, if these guys were to go back to Australia or let's just say New Zealand, I think the SLT and the nutrition will be giving you a tap on the shoulder. Be like,
it's working for them. They currently play French French rugby. Yeah, so maybe we're doing something wrong. We need shorter pre-seasons and more food to eat. Sounds like I should have gone to France.
Yeah, mate. And another thing the French do is, the French kiss is very famous, infamous French kiss. Are you single or did you go over there? Did you got a gold medal?
you cut him out.
Have you got a? Are you single, mate? Or what do you get up to in your free time? Is it just hanging out with your teammates or?
It's we got a few foreigners over here and a few Aussies as well. We've got Alex Newsom, Rob Simmons, Ero Simone, a couple of the Argentinians we hang out with. I'm pretty competitive in golf with the boys.
How's your golf?
We played on Monday, and let's just say golf was the winner. But we have our days.
That's good.
And normally we just try to get on the golf course as much as we can, or now because it's starting to get a bit warmer. But during the winter, it's on our days off. It's pretty much just lock in at home and maybe spend 4 hours on a PlayStation.
What are you playing now? Fortnite still?
Nah, I'm playing PGA golf.
Monday.
You stuck, mate. Oh, what's it called? I was going to say, like anything you do in life, there's obviously its challenges. The move over to France, what have you found most challenging, or anything that you didn't expect going over there and finding out and trying to find your own feet and rolling on with it?
Yeah, I guess I was quite lucky that the boys over here who had already experienced that kind of filled me in with everything. So pretty grateful that Ero was already here when I was coming over here, and he just kind of filled me in with everything. Also had Caleb team with me before he left to another club, who was pretty familiar with the setup and trying to help me set everything up. But yeah, first 3 months was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Not knowing one word of French besides bonjour.
Yeah, how do you go with the language barrier? Obviously, it's one thing trying to order your favourite baguette at the corner shop, but in terms of rugby on the field, do you communicate in English or in French? Knowing that you've got a lot of internationals.
No, it's a bit of both, English and French. Frenglish, we call it. Frenglish. Heads of the French boys, they try to speak English.
I love the sign language.
No, most of them speak good English. We try to speak. Trying to speak in French without confidence is it's not really playing.
Are you still taking your French classes?
No, stop that.
You're too good now, are you?
Pretty funny.
Graduated.
No, it was pretty funny story, really. We got an email saying that the club's going to stop paying for your French classes. So we're like, if you want to continue on, you guys are going to start having to pay for it. And I was just like, oh, well, I kind of know the basics, right? But I think it's €4 a class for the rest of the year. And I was like, oh, I want to try and make the most of my days off, and And I gave my phone to one of the French boys, and I was like, I wrote an email to the lady saying, no, I'm not going to participate in the French classes anymore. Because I'm going to pick up my studies again. So I'm going to, spend my days off on a laptop and get stuck into my studies. Dickhead wrote something in French saying, thank you for the email. I will not participate in this French class anymore because I learned more with my French friends. Merci beaucoup. the following week, like when I read it, I was like, "This is pretty arrogant." Like this message, I just sent it without even translating it before I sent it. Walked past her the following week, and she had just death stared me, saying, "Okay, you've only been here for 2 years, and you're that arrogant to send me an email saying you think you're going to learn more French with your friends." Oh, mate.
Stitch up.
Oh, mate. He was pissing himself laughing. And I was like, "Yo, fuck this."
Oh, that's good.
And we see all the how great the crowds are compared to some of the Super Rugby games over here. Just the atmosphere of the crowd. What's the best away game? What's the best atmosphere at a away game over there in the top 14?
Oh, mate, it's a bit of a hard one to pick. Hey, every away game or every home game, you're getting minimum 16,000.
Yeah,
to a game. Away game. I think maybe Cast last year over there at Castle Springs.
Oh, their crowd goes crazy. Yeah, I think the chance
goes crazy. The Perpignan crowd is pretty ruthless.
Yeah.
But it's pretty tough to overlook the crowd here at Clermont from they're the tops. Pretty sure we got 18,000 to the last game, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
What's to say? So you've gone from playing at Canberra, where there's not much to travel around within the close proximity of the Canberra CBD, other than the Mooseheads.
Mate, there's nothing wrong with Canberra.
And hey, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Canberra. Now over in France, what's the travel like? I mean, obviously we speak. How do you enjoy the travel outside of rugby and doing your own thing?
Yeah, I guess pretty good. It's easier to get around and do things. Obviously, met you last year when you came over, and that was Aperols and Asperols.
Any favourite spots you've been to?
Favourite spots? I just came back from Morocco, actually. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
4 days there, just travelling around. A dog called Alibaba. Boys here normally tease me for my Asian eyes, and then he called Alibaba was something different, and I was just like, "Oh, salam alaikum."
Oh
man.
Oh. Well, at least you. I think the most important thing about traveling is just you pin those places you want to take back your future wife to propose to. I'm sure I'll be there to take photos, but that's good.
All right, we want to finish off with this. I got a little test. You know, Dave's been raving on how you're his best friend.
Oh,
I want to do a little bit of a test. Are you really best friends? Now, I'm gonna ask these questions. These questions are for Lau, but we'll get Dave to answer first, and then Lau can check his answers if it's correct. Now, Dave, what's Lau's favorite food?
Lucibi.
Is that correct? Yes, 1 for 1. Okay, good start. Okay, next one. What's who is Lau's favorite musical artist of all time?
Oh, Josh Toffee. Now, you know, this will surprise a lot of people, but Lau actually loves listening to Kavatonga music.
Yeah, okay.
His playlist is just all, and he always has his little gems of like Kavatonga music that I've never heard, but surprisingly, his playlist has a lot of good Tongan music in it.
Yeah, well, no surprise you don't listen to any Tongan music, but is it correct? Is it correct?
That is very correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You won't be hearing any rap music on my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's 2 from 2, and it's starting to give out stalker vibes, but carry on. Next one. What sporting team outside of rugby does Lau support? Number 1.
Liverpool, mate.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, 3 from 3. And then can he get the 4 from 4? What would Lau be doing if he wasn't a pro rugby player?
Construction manager.
Manager even.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Construction manager for construction company?
Sorry, wrong company.
What would you be if you weren't a rugby player? Is it construction?
Yeah, no, it's right. I just it's on pause right now, but I was trying to finish a Cert 4 in building management.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, 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 mate. Try me.
Congratulations. And any more questions, Dave, before we give Lawa the chance to shout out anyone back home?
Now, I'm gonna do my quiz that I said I would, and you throw in your stupid quiz.
Oh, who there then? There go your quiz, the hooker quiz?
We're gonna do a hooker quiz. We're gonna give you 5 hookers, and you're gonna rank them what number you think they are. But I'm gonna give you the names one at a time.
Blind ranking. The blind ranking. Yeah.
All right. So first hooker, where would you rank Bismarck Duplessis?
Ooh.
Out of 5.
No, there's 5. Oh, it's a tough start. I'll put him at 4.
4.
Okay.
Second one, and you played against this bloke, Malcolm Marx.
Ooh.
I'll have to put him at 1 because he's won back-to-back World Cups.
Gee,
You gotta
1.
You gotta respect that.
Oh, some good hookers here, mate. You know, okay. Third hooker, Cody Taylor.
Yeah, I knew this one was coming. He's at 2. He's one of the ones that. Yeah, he's one of the ones that's changed the hooker game.
Yeah. My third one, Kevin Mialama.
Ooh.
Oh, what a prick. He's definitely going to go 3.
and I think if you save yourself, and my last one, is it my last one or my 4th?
Yeah, your last one.
Is the GOAT, Aleki Lutui.
He would have been my first pick.
Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. So that's your hooker quiz.
Wow. Congrats, Dave. That was pretty good for your first time doing a quiz.
I've got one more quiz.
Yeah.
I've got one more quiz. It's the same blind ranking. Same blind ranking, but it'll be your hobbies. All right? It'll be your hobbies outside of rugby.
Carry on.
The first one is going to the beach. Where would you rank going to the beach?
Out of 5?
Yep.
No, that's last.
The pub for a beer with the boys.
Oh, that's first. That's priority.
Golf.
Oof, that's second.
Ooh. All right. The third is practicing your line-out throws.
Oh, that's 4.
So your third, you can change it if you want, spending time at the pokies.
Wait, are you trying to explain something?
This guy.
Hey, I already knew that was coming. How could you sense that?
I was trying to catch you to put pokies in number 1.
I knew there was something coming when you said you can change them around.
All right, there you go. Pokies number 3.
All right. Also, if you're listening, let us know if Dave's quiz is going to make a comeback or if we should quit it forever. So thanks for that one, Matt. But Lowell, thanks for jumping on. Lastly, just any shout out. You want to shout out anyone here back at home or just any shout out?
I'll just shout out to everyone back at home. Obviously, started watching the Super Rugby kick off again over from this side of the world. We still follow it, and just shout out to Nella's new server. Shout out to Nella's new maid. Obviously lost. I think I lost my best friend in this game I made. Oh, you know what's funny? It's like, I know that they're together, and he still sends me videos of them doing dumb shit. I'm just like, yeah, I know, Dave. What do you want me to do about it?
That's all of his doing. Yeah. All right, thanks, mate. Thanks for jumping on, mate, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, boys. I'll be listening to the future podcast of PAC again. And Dave, I'm waiting for my merch, mate.
Let's go.
Oh, just pay for your merch. My flight's over, and then I'll bring all your merch.
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate, I'm coming over in May, mate. We'll bring a bunch.
There you go.
Ooh.
All right, that was Lowell. Good little catch up with Dave and his best friend doing the old best friend test. Lucky you passed, Dave. But now
Thanks, mate.
We're going to help. We did help with Dave with his sobriety, and he fell off the wagon last week. But we're also here to help you, Tonys. And we've got a Dear Tony that was sent in the other week that I missed. It was in my pigeonhole, but we found it, and we've got it. So this is for the new listeners. This is a bit of advice for us, our uncle. You know, we're uncles now, so we've got a bit of experience on our hands. So let's write in if you need any help. As Dave plays, what are you doing over there, mate? You right? You've got to have ADD.
He's looking for his moon boot. It's starting to flare up a bit.
Yeah. All right, now, dear Tony, my worst nightmare was come true. I just found out my partner used to see my favourite Super Rugby player. She's known I'm a massive fan of this guy and never said anything. And I didn't know until I found some old pics on her old iPhone she lent me since my phone was getting fixed. Can you please help?
Sorry, if it was last week, and then sorry, Tony, just got to battle through with it. But if it's when they were in year 6, it's fine, mate. Don't worry.
It must be from ages ago. It must be from ages ago.
Yeah, look at who she's ended up with. Not him. It's you, mate. You're the one. You're the chosen one, brother.
Wow.
But where she's coming from is her friend put her in that position. That, you know, it's like, oh, I like that chocolate bar, and then go behind your back. You go eat the chocolate bar, leave the wrapper, only to find out there's more chocolate bars in the back.
Oh, man. Oh man, yeah. I think Dave's one was more good for the mental.
Yeah,
but
Tina's just coming up with more sayings that's never existed that we're just going to start now.
Oh man, definitely.
How long was she? Did she like him, or was she just fangirling?
It says iPhone, so it's still within the iPhone era, so mate, it's not ages.
We are in iPhone 16 era. We might be talking iPhone 1, mate.
It started with 3, didn't it? But anyway, yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah,
I still got the 10.
Yeah. But yeah, he's help. He wants help. Dave mentioned that he should, you know, be appreciative of himself, and that she chose him because he ended up with him.
Yep.
But yeah, well, that's a good way to look, Dave. I never would have thought of that, you know, because sometimes when you're in that situation, you get, you know, in your head and you're thinking about the past. Yeah.
That's what happens when you spend months in rehab, mate. You come back refreshed.
Yeah. Well, what were you going to say? Did you say girls get stuck on the one guy back in the day?
Girls get stuck on those little things like that. Like they really do. It really plays on their mental, you know what I mean? That's why they become so, you know, they're either toxic or they...
Mate, the problem here, it's the bloke. It's the bloke, not the chick.
Yeah, I think she's trying to protect him as well, because she never told him, and she knows that he likes the player, so she's just let him have his player without ruining it for him. So he's probably got a good girl there, and he just shouldn't ruin it by uncovering all the truth that he just found out.
Oh, look, best way to say it is we all grow up and we all got to move on. You know, if you're stuck in the past, you're stuck in the past. Don't get stuck in the mud.
Yeah, hey, Dave, that's the one we're looking for. Don't get stuck in the mud like Dave's Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you got any, if you need any help, hopefully we helped you here, Mr. Tony. But yeah, if you need any help with anything, make sure you send them in. And we had a question, listeners' question. We had a question on last week's podcast episode in the YouTube comments. I'll just read it here. This is from Clyde Moore. How did you guys adjust to the level of footy when you guys played around the world? I moved from New Zealand to San Fran and took my boy to his first team training. Dead. Hilarious Toko. Is talking to, we had Dosinga Kautai, who plays over in the Netherlands. I played over there as well, and the level is, it's nowhere near what it is over here. So I'm expecting in New Zealand it's even higher than here in Australia. So how did you adjust? I think it makes you play better over there, or it makes you look better. Because I came over here, I was on my last legs. I wasn't playing good footy. And then I went over there and I was breaking lines and scoring tries.
Look like you're $1 million.
Yeah, so, mate, I played on it. So, mate, it's a good boost on the confidence. So, you didn't have to adjust, mate. You're a superstar. That's why you stay over there and be a superstar. You want to come back here and be a shit. So, that's a good message for someone currently playing over here in Australia or a rugby heavy town and you feel like you're on your last legs. No, you're not, mate. Go to the Netherlands, go to some place in America where rugby's not very big, and the old Tim Sullivan, whenever playing third grade, the best third grade years here at West, and then he went over on a university, gap year, and did a semester over in Purdue, over in USA, and he turned out to be, and we were wondering in the photos and all the social media posts why he's kicking for goal, why he's the kicker, because he's a second row here, and why he's the captain of the team. But go overseas, mate, live your superstar life, and tell them, make up any dream, anything, and so live out your best life overseas. So thank you for that question, and we'll get into your questions. If you had any questions for Lau or any questions over that interview, make sure you send them through. Okay, that was our questions. That was our pod. Tino, shout out. What's the shout out for the week?
Look, let's not lose faith here, boys. I know we're bottom of the table, 3-0, but we're not losing by much. The Moana boys aren't losing by much. We're there. We're on the edge. Just got to get over. Look, don't lose faith. We will come back. We will get that dub. That's my shout out. Shout out to all the boys playing at the moment for them. We have not lost hope in you boys. I reckon we can bring a dub on this week. And welcome back, Dave.
Thanks, mate.
Seems like you're still looking for your members. Been looking all fucking.
Technical difficulties with the Moonbird, mate. Hasn't been charged.
Carry on, mate. Good shout out, Moana boys. Hopefully they can get the dub this week. Dave, shout out.
My shout out this week is actually to the mighty Waratahs. They've got the mighty Western Force, or AKA Western Sydney Uni, coming over to Sydney this week to play them. And if the Tars win this week, that's 4 from 4 to start with. They've got 2 wins against actual teams and 1 win against the bye. And if they beat the Force this week, that is 4 from 4. Good start to the month.
I don't see them winning.
Okay.
You can tell that to Nems and Fonz on the Rugby Heads podcast. Hopefully Sion passed on my best regards. I did send him a message as soon as full-time happened down here at Allianz Stadium. So I might have to get Tino on the hit list this week when Saturday 9:30 p.m. when it's full-time.
Okay. Let's hope That's the only thing Dave hits this week, because we miss sober Dave. Thank you for that. Really testing the Wi-Fi this week, but shout out to everyone listening, still trekking on how many times we've rebranded, but and if you're overseas, or if you're even here in Australia or New Zealand and you want to jump on the podcasts and show if you're selling something other than drugs. We don't condone that stuff. We'll see what you guys are up to other than what you're doing on the rugby field. So drop us a message.
There's so many cartels.
Even no drugs, but even any Polynesian there who like those looms and triangle things. Yeah. You're selling them too. Jump on.
Jump on. Explain it to us.
Explain it to us.
And
you fooled me.
You fooled me once. No, never twice, unless you. Okay. And song of the week. Do a lucky dip here on my liked folder. Another one from Jamie Ray.
Why do you never ask me for a song?
Mate.
Bro, your songs are boring.
Yeah. Hope you guys are having a good week. Share your like and subscribe.
Baby, let me keep you hydrated. Alkaline water. Put the VVs on your body,
see you
make you
next
shine
week.
harder. She wanna lick that lollipop, the Wayne Carter.
If you're out in Sydney and you see Dave on the piss, take his drink out of his hand. Thank you.
Let's get connected like Wi-Fi. Let me eat it up like Five Guys. Soon as she get it, she will never leave.
I'm ready for bed.
Don't you ever
After that song, anyone's ready for bed.
Like it fed me. Talking way up in the clouds, so heavenly.
Thank you, Tony.
To some things that you ain't gonna see. Your ass done left you hurting. I just wanna buy you Birkins. I just wanna watch you twerk it. Hey, hop on top and surfing. I swear to God, you perfect.